microphone's broken.
It's pretty on brand. Anyway, welcome back to Luke and Lewis. No, Lewis, he is recovering from his jaw surgery. He's had his first surgery. There has been a lot of confusion with these two surgeries. Oh, we can just hear him breathe into the microphone. He literally cannot talk. And God damn, his story the other night, he looks like the dog that has an allergy.
Who ate the bees inside the mouth. Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Lewis. You're on the Luke and Lewis podcast.
What was that?
How are you feeling?
Terrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, way to bum out the podcast, man. All right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Don't feel guilt.
This isn't funny.
Oh, no.
No, Keelan called you. No one asked him to.
That's okay.
This is honestly the saddest.
Audio I've ever heard.
Sorry to call you.
That's okay. I did a poo yesterday.
Is he like drugged up?
He did a poo.
I think he's drugged up. Are you drugged up?
No, I just sound like I am because I can't move my lips yet.
He's of sound mind, but not of sound voice.
Poo for days. I did one yesterday.
Oh, you hadn't
Yeah,
done it
he's on a
before.
liquids diet. Must be.
Like me, you're a liquids man.
Don't make him laugh. You're going to affect his recovery.
No, I can't smile. I'll hit my face.
Oh, see you, Lou.
Hope you're well. Okay.
Man,
God damn.
God, I'm so sorry.
his first, dude, his first.
A very ambitious on-the-fly content decision from Keelan there. Let's call the guy who actually physically can't talk.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I saw him walking around on his story today, so I thought maybe he's all good.
Yeah,
he's
with
not.
that, and obviously, the last thing I want to do is come on this podcast, which I do with my good friends, and kick a man while he's down.
Not even just
That's
down,
the last
but
thing I want to do.
He's medically down.
Medically down, and I don't want to do that. But
Damn.
in saying that, can we address the pajamas? He looks like Scrooge. What's going on? Am I the only one to think this?
Do you reckon they're fresh pajamas?
Hang on.
He just sent this through now.
Hang on. Do you
I'm not high. I just sound fucked.
own pajamas?
He's got the full
He's
British
got like
man. He's
British old man pajamas,
got
kind
plaid
of
too.
kind of like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when they get out of bed.
That's what the Grandpa Joe's wearing.
Grandpa Joe wears this for the entire film.
No, I don't actually own.
Yeah, look at his little.
He looks like
He's wearing slippers.
slippers, and his dog Bobby is behind him in the photo in his backyard. He looks like he's about to accompany Bobby to an adventure of a lifetime at a chocolate life. What did I say?
Adventure of a Lifeline.
Man, I'm not even medically ill, and I can't speak.
You're mentally ill, man.
Mentally I cannot speak. Medically I am of sound voice. Whatever.
And not mind.
No, never of mine.
Yeah, Lou looks like he's about to embark on the Christmas adventure of a lifetime upon the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I don't own pajamas per se, but I own pants with dogs on them that I wear to sleep.
Wait,
Yeah.
But I don't own a top.
Can you message him saying how many ghosts have visited you yet?
How many?
Which one is he up to?
which timeline of Christmas is future, past, or present?
I said, how many ghosts have visited you? What have they been up to?
Anyway, guys, I started this by saying I don't want to kick a man while he's down. I feel like we're
It just says back to work.
back to work. What?
He's telling me to get back to work.
Oh, right.
He's my employer.
Yeah, no.
That's
Well, one of your other employers is here. It's all right, man. You can keep texting. I'll allow it. And as an employer of sound mind, oh no, wait, I'm not. Damn
no
it.
sound body.
Yeah.
Which you've been looking good, man.
Really? I think
Actually, so is Keelan too.
I
Two
think-
sound bodies.
I'm getting a bit of a gut again. I went for a run in Sydney. Here's
Yeah,
the thing with my fitness. I am physically so capable. So like my breathing was fine. I did
Okay.
8 kilometers off no training. Haven't run since February.
At all.
8, just wasn't in puffed, but my
Damn.
legs
Yeah.
aching the next
Really?
day. Yeah, because like my legs aren't used to it. My muscles can't do it. But
You're telling me
like-
that the 40 minutes of weekly Wednesday night basketball that you've been playing for the last month hasn't improved your leg capacity? Because I
That's
find that
true.
very hard to believe.
Tyler and I are in a social basketball team.
I know.
Do you know the name? I don't know. I still don't know if I think it's a good one.
I think it's a corker of a name.
We're called the Ball Handlers.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Which is immature.
No, it's not immature. It's progressive.
I get. Sorry, I'm bouncing. I just got a text from P&O Cruises trying to get me to come on a cruise.
Must be nice, mate. Must be nice.
I lost a lot of weight at the start of the year when I was working out heaps in competition with Tyler. And then I moved out again for the fucking 6th time this year. And I just put it all back on.
So you can't
don't think so.
handle being by yourself.
I can't change my lifestyle without completely changing everything.
Right. Yeah, you were on a health kick in Tassie last year.
Yeah. Moved back to Melbourne, fucked it. Moved into my new place, health kick. New place, fucked it.
Right. I think you just binge everything. You binge health and food.
Yeah, it's unhealthy and toxic.
You binge VHS. You binge hobbies.
Yeah. No, I'm still on that. I still have a hobby of digitizing them. The Batman TV's back, boys.
Digitizing.
It's a hobby for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Batman TV's back.
That's good.
Be happy to know.
Oh, you're allowed to set it up.
Yeah, Phoebe banned me from using it,
Yeah.
but now it's making me money, so I'm like, it's allowed to be out.
How's it making you money?
Do you live stream yourself?
No, people pay me to digitize their tapes.
That
Oh,
is-
really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you learn? Because you learned how to do this.
Yes.
Because we were going to do a thing. I guess we can talk about it now.
Yeah, we were going to do like a secret episode or some sort of special merch drop.
Yes.
Where it was like an episode on a VHS tape. I learned how to do the whole process, and then this idea obviously didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
So I started making money.
Which is unlike the Luke and Lewis show.
It's never happened on this show.
What?
Having an idea that's really good that just doesn't really happen.
Oh, no. Yeah. Anyway, so Gimfest isn't going ahead, which we probably should update you on. It turns out, I forget what we've updated people on because we've pre-recorded a couple episodes before this, right? But because with Lewis, because he's now has his surgery, just in case we didn't touch on it, we think we may have. It's flooded again, like a month ago. And the theatre has not opened. It's been closed for 3 years. And we're nowhere with that arc of the show.
And some places like
If I'm being completely honest, people keep asking me at the shows, like, where you at? And where we're at is at the very beginning.
We're at Melbourne still, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That's
we're
where we are.
nowhere near Gympie.
No.
there's a few things that have happened. I've tried calling different venues, and one venue, I think I've already said this on an episode, told me outright that
Yeah.
for no reason were they ever going to hire out their space.
Yeah, they hate cash. And then we tried Brisbane. Then
three
that's
places
still a
in
no.
Yeah, there's 3 good places.
I'm trying to book potentially a comedy special, right, in Brisbane to be shot.
Congratulations.
That's great.
Well, I haven't done it yet because there's really no venues of the size I want. I wanted to do quite an intimate, small venue, few hundred, right? Not 700, not 1,000, not 100.
Doesn't exist.
A mid-tier venue. That's what I wanted. Cannot find one. Can find one in every other state.
As far as comedy venues go, is Melbourne like some sort of unicorn spot where there's heaps to choose
Melbourne,
from?
I don't even know if I'm going to do the comedy festival next year because to book out a big theatre, this is getting boring now. I feel like we've
I think it's interesting.
okay.
I think listeners will find it interesting.
So the comic stage is like 450, right?
Yep.
This year I did 19 shows over 300. And
Yep.
I'm growing quite a bit. We don't know, depending on how much I'm going to grow. I sold those out, added more. So next year I was like, if I do the comedy festival, I'm going to have to do like, 400, 500, 600. I don't know. Big venue, right? For the weekends.
That does add up, yeah.
And in order to do a venue that size, all comedy festival manage, and they take 25% of revenue. I think.
They're skimming it off the top.
Allegedly.
They're skimming it off the top.
Yeah. And there's
Damn.
no way I'm giving someone that cashola.
Fucking hell. Excellent.
So,
Businessman,
also, 'cause
baby.
No, it's not even that. I reckon it's rude to your fans. They're paying you money to support you, and then if a quarter of the money immediately doesn't go to you, that it's like
That's true.
that
It goes
sucks.
to someone who had no involvement in the product.
I think that
true.
sucks. So
Fair call. Well, mate, that's a great problem to have. Must be nice, is all I'll say. Must be
Anyway.
very nice.
It is a good problem to have.
Do you know when I was booking the Blank Face World Tour, I had similar issues. Where,
yeah.
You're blank face.
if you don't
I
know,
know him.
Tyler is the lead singer of a rock band
Thanks, man.
music
Sure.
project.
Lead singer is.
Lead everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Kind of like
Anyway,
Tame
let's just-
Impala. Did you know there's actually only one guy in Blankface?
Kevin Parker is actually the solo Tame Impala. That's good.
Hey, would you be able to pass me my drink bottle?
Where is it?
I do these stupid memes of whenever I see Tyler in public, I like video him and then put it on my story and be like, oh my God, my favorite musician is Blankface.
What happened today,
This
Keelan?
morning this afternoon when I got to Luke's house, I thought Tyler drove a Corolla. So I started
Tyler does not drive a Corolla.
videoing this Corolla driving past, and the car stops, turns around and beeps at me, drives up to me and goes, what are you doing? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were my son Tyler. Just some random guy.
But did the guy look like Tyler?
No, can I say too? When Keelan told me this story, he goes, "I was like, was he good looking guy?" He goes, "Nah, he was like old. He had a mustache. His head was really square. He was unfit. He looked like shit." And I was like, "Thanks, man."
Oh, an easy mistake to make.
Yeah,
It was the
fucking hell.
car I saw, not the person.
Yeah, all right.
I just thought, because you were driving a white car for ages.
I was. It was a hire car.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Tyler's been on the end of several backhanded compliments this week. What was the one?
Oh my
One of our friends dished
Okay, so we're out.
this
I'll
one
gi-
to you.
Yeah.
Can you say this?
Yeah, I don't give a give a crap.
Don't say their name.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say their name, but I went out with a group of our friends from school, mine and Luke's friends from school, and I hadn't seen him in a minute, and
Are you okay, man? You don't have to share this.
it's really hitting me hard to think about what I used to look like again. But I used to look like absolute shit, and now I just look like standard shit. So anyway,
smell.
I hadn't seen him in a minute, and one of our friends goes,
Oh, it's Tyler in 2013.
"Damn, Tyler 2013 reeks." Anyway, I hadn't seen her in a minute, and she says to me, she goes, "Wow, have you been in the gym?" And I said, "Yeah, actually I have. Thank you for noticing." She goes, "Yep." Excellent. She goes, "You've got just the body now that I like." I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You know, it looks like you've been in the gym, but not enough to really care about how you look." And I was
That's
like, "Wow."
the ultimate, like, you look great, but it's clear you haven't been doing the right things in the gym.
Yeah. No, it's like when people say like, "I love dad bods." Like, "I love your bod. I love dad bods." It's like, dude, when you're not a dad, having a dad bod is not
'cause
whatsoever
that's
ideal.
not the goal. No. Well, like for guys, it's like, oh, that's great that you like it, but it actually wasn't my intention with my body.
There's nothing wrong with having a dad bod. I mean, you know, dad bods are sexy.
I think the male gaze is just different to the female
it
gaze.
is.
Like we all like to think like we are muscly and strong,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I'm not really going for that. I'm going for lean for sure. But I've got a little bit. I had a whole packet of M&Ms last night watching Obi-Wan.
God, you're a bit naughty, aren't you?
That's
you naughty.
Do you know how sick you feel
Yes, I do.
after a whole packet?
Of M&Ms?
Yeah.
Wait, what kind were they? Standard or crunchy?
Just standard, the brown packet ones.
Oh, they're easy to
Meg
go
had a
through,
few, but like, dude, I just 2 episodes, I chowed through 'em.
One Easter, I ate. I had this whole bucket of peanut M&Ms, and in one
bucket?
night, I ate the whole thing. It was like this big.
Oh, because you get the big buckets
And I
at
threw up
Christmas
for
time.
days.
It would have been like a rainbow.
I was sick the whole school holidays.
Imagine after Skittles.
sucks.
Skittles would be extra on the way out because they're a bit of fun. They're more colourful. They're colourful on the inside.
Yeah.
I want to talk about real quickly. Tyler and I have just started our own podcast, our own spin-off podcast.
Do we need to plug this? 'Cause
Absolutely.
It won't be continuing. It'll last the span of the remaining. No, it won't. continue.
It's a huge call for an intern to be making longevity estimations on a podcast that he's just started working for. I mean, that'd be like me coming in December of last year and saying pod will be over in 5 months. would have been accurate, but
Yeah.
God, it would have been bold for me to say, wouldn't it, Luke?
I need to give you guys written notice. Legally, I have to give you written notice because we're there on a year contract and the year's wrapped up a little short.
Luke
certainly
messages
has.
me the other morning and goes, "Hey, what date are you finishing?" And I go, "Oh, this date." And he goes,
like
"Oh,
that-
Fuck, you get a free week of work,
The boss is...
a free week of pay. I mean,
Yeah, and I still haven't sent you written notice, so you might get 2. So will you.
Let's go.
But Tyler's coming over to work for my business, So you might be on like, I don't know. But also then I think there's a loophole in the contract that we wrote in because Lewis and I, geniuses. You guys are still in a 6-month probationary period. So I don't think legally we do have to give you as much written notice.
Well, hopefully.
Probationary period. I think
Should
working
have
with
read
you guys
you-
for 4 months.
and you
4
should have
years.
read the contract before you
Damn.
signed.
No, I signed it straight up. I didn't even look.
Look at us crude businessmen like, mate, just standard procedure.
Damn, you fucking
Damn,
dirty
that's
boy.
true.
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think that's in my one.
It's on all of.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's just on all of the
Can I
contracts. that
briefly side
everyone
note this
signs.
topic really quickly? I just need to contact one of my business associates. Hey, Keelan.
Hey.
When we have our Keelan and Tyler Blu-ray reviewed podcast on paid time, our interns, Luke and Lewis, we should probably script up I've just had this thought to script up a contract for them where they're on a probationary period for the first 6 years of work.
Yeah.
So maybe we should look into doing that. Just
Now,
in case.
as the intern, I'll actually read my contract and just won't sign it.
Oh, damn. All right, can you just plug your ears? We
can I
got
be
really
the-
smart interns, Keelan.
How do you spell probation?
Oh, maybe you actually don't have it.
I don't think I do.
No, which means we do have to pay
Because,
you more.
because I would. I think I would have said
Dude,
I've worked here for
and
4
also,
years.
you guys can't sit here and get salty at me because if you think I know what's said in that contract,
Yeah,
there's
no.
no way. The
No, I'm
fact
not-
that I don't know if you do or don't have that in your contract. Who
Listen,
knows?
man, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I
I'm
definitely read it before I signed it.
I think I just have a thing I made my brother write a thing in the contract saying don't shit on our desk because that was one thing. The one fireable offense that Killen could do. I'm like, you could pretty much do everything
But just
you
as long
want,
as
but
no
if you
excrement.
shit on my desk on purpose,
Yeah, that's dog.
maybe that's rude.
Yeah, no, there's no salt here, man. I'm just thankful to be here. I mean, you
Newspaper?
could have, no news. You talking about the shit? If you
So
put-
you said
No,
no,
'cause no
salt, and
salt.
I said, what about pepper?
oh, I thought you said newspaper. Like
Yeah.
you were saying, what if I put newspaper on the desk?
And this is
before
what
I
happens
shit
when
it?
you throw out threes, man. Just confuses people. And in the comedy games, like basketball, like hitting threes in comedy isn't good.
No, but hitting threes on a Wednesday night with the ball handlers, God, that goes a long way.
Yes. So
fuck
back
yes.
to that.
Anyway, back to.
Oh, we're playing another team this week with a funny name.
Do you want me to get it up?
It's like, I don't know, you know what it is? E-grade social basketball is the epitome of sports guys who just aren't that funny, having a bit of a laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you know, this is what I love about it. And this sounds, I realize how this is going to sound.
I love men. Is that what you're going to
Quite arrogant. I love being around the dudes. No, it's an environment that I've, so far, 3 weeks, I've never got recognized in.
Yeah, how good is that?
Oh, that's awesome.
But admit that is a different change. Like when we go out
Well,
to bars and stuff on the
yeah.
weekend, it'll happen a bit.
I mean, I don't really notice it as much as you do, to be honest with you.
right.
Sometimes it's.
Yeah, I
better,
guess
though.
because they're not coming up to you.
No, well,
Sometimes.
I often have blank face fans coming up to me, but apart from that.
That's true.
Yeah.
The other team we're playing is called.
because they're all sports dudes.
Yeah.
They
They
like
don't give a fuck about you.
no, absolutely not.
What is it like when you're talking to an Uber driver or some sort of person where you have to introduce yourself and you say, "Oh, I'm a comedian and I do this."
Well, I don't. I do archery.
You don't do. Yeah. But
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
explain it?
Yeah, I've stuffed up a couple of times, and no, they just say, "Oh, I know Carl Barron."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, I say, man, he's really popular."
The other team's called the Dirt Ballers, so not a very good name at all, mate.
Oh, dirt ballers. That's
Dirt
great.
ballers
No, I remember
sucks.
reading that, going like, "Oh, that's another team that thinks they're funny."
The team that has a
Like us.
bye though is called Blokes on Blokes.
Yeah, we played them. We got smashed. They're like the first game I played.
My
Barber knows you.
Okay.
She doesn't know Lewis. But every time I see her, she's always like, "Oh, have you got any work?" Just sorry, I just trying to contribute anything.
Anything. yeah. No, you're
was
right.
good.
You were really just throwing stuff out.
That's good though. How often do you see your barber?
Every 6 weeks.
Wow, so she's getting pretty constant updates on Luke's shenanigans.
When was the most recent time?
4 weeks ago.
Okay. Oh, look, it wasn't a slam. You look good. No, you do. I don't have a barber.
Yeah, I lost my hair product, so it just has been.
I float between hairdressers because often I will get it cut interstate and stuff. So I'm not loyal.
My favorite barber is in Canberra.
Yeah, right.
He used to cut Reese Nicholson's hair.
Another comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Oh,
Anyway, back to the Tyler and Keelan podcast.
Yeah, sorry, God, what an embarrassing sidetrack.
If we do 2 episodes tonight and 2 episodes on Thursday when we do another episode, we're going to be stacked.
Hang on. So when I leave to go to a gig after this, you two are just going to stay here and knock out a few episodes of your pod?
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Why would that not be okay? I fail to see why you're even bringing it up, bro.
Meg can be our intern for that episode.
Yes,
Yeah,
Meg will
that's-
love being on the pod.
That's the only thing I was concerned about. You can absolutely stay here, but we have a studio audience.
Yeah, no,
I was the
absolutely.
studio audience of the last couple.
Yeah, and listen, the only thing is, we need to bring this up actually to you, intern Luke, because there was a lot of feedback in the comments.
Forget what podcast. You forgot what podcast you're on.
No, but we're talking about the Tyler and Keelan
But
podcast.
this isn't that. So it's Luke and Lewis. You're the intern.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But as long as we're talking about the Tyler and Keelan podcast, you will be used the properly titular title of intern Luke. Anyway, so you can apologise for interrupting at any point, by the way.
No, thank you.
Fair enough. There was a lot of comments on the latest episode of our podcast, the Tyler and Keelan Show, and the interns are not getting the love that you might like to see.
Now look.
A lot of hate, actually.
Oh, I'll be honest. I haven't jumped on. What channel is it on? Did you guys make a new channel?
It's on my channel. It's
Oh,
on
okay,
my
I'll
channel.
be honest. I haven't checked it out, but I'm sure it's great.
Your face was massively in the thumbnail. Keelan made the thumbnail.
This is it.
You know what? That popped up in my subscriptions. Didn't click it. Often when I see my face, I just like, well, I'll probably know what's in that, so I don't need to check it
Didn't
out.
click it actually. But there's this one comment. It says from Isaac. It says, "Bro, I can't foresee these interns staying on much longer with how terrible they are at doing their jobs. They bring down the quality of a podcast
Yeah.
from 11."
I think he probably just copy pasted that from the Luke and Lewis episode and just accidentally snuck it on yours. perhaps.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
No, I'm so thrilled with the success of that show.
Yeah, it's actually pumping, and I made a whole $2 from it.
But what I was,
$2?
Yeah.
Well, how are we going to split the revenue, man? We didn't talk about that.
I think 60-40.
Yeah, he's doing all the editing and stuff. Man.
He's doing all the editing. Actually, no, it should be way more. 80-20. And he's, let's be honest,
80-20. I mean,
he built up that channel to 1,000 subscribers for years.
that is fair. That's a fair call. But listen, who brought the Blu-rays? Not fucking
Whose
Keelan.
idea was it?
It was my idea, man.
My idea.
No
This is what I mean, guys. They're already infighting. No
I
longevity.
quit the podcast, Keelan.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
What?
No, I'm back because Meg's going to be on tonight. It's going to be a great episode, so I'm back.
So we're gonna do 4 episodes this week, and then when I get back from the States, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna just record.
Are you guys Luke and Lewis? Because this is falling apart.
Yeah, straight away fall into bad habits of pre-recording months in advance.
God, this podcast is in shambles. Says the guy on a podcast where his friend can't speak. Anyway, what I was going to bring up, no, I completely forgot.
So subscribe to Keelan's Millions to get more of Keelan and Tyler review podcasts on paid time.
No, review Blu-rays, mate. We
This
don't
is
review
why
podcasts.
this podcast, the current one, Luke and Lewis, is in shambles because the old Luke and Lewis wouldn't have allowed this much free promo. We used to have a segment called Earn a Plug. And now it's just like throw out a plug willy-nilly and we'll actually all stop the episode for it.
Mate, this is what happens when the show goes from 50% hosts, 50%
I know.
producers to now it's, what are you? Like with 33% host,
Yeah.
69% Keelan and Tyler hotties. So
That's how 100 works.
it is.
Let's talk about this. Ways we've let down the team in the last few years of the show.
Yeah, so kind of like
got a few.
just to segue away from that negativity, we'll kind of just transition into some more negativity.
Yeah.
Not
Sounds
great.
reasonable.
So was this suggested by?
This was someone in the Discord, I believe, and they were under the impression that we hadn't recorded the last.
Okay,
So they were saying like we should do it with Lewis, but he can't. But I think it's still a great idea.
I'm in ways Lewis has let down the team. Again,
Thanks, reconstruct.
You're going to be speaking on his behalf, are you?
I will be, and again, I would hate to kick a man while he's down medically. But if I have to, no, I actually can't think of any
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet.
except. No, just the face.
What's wrong with his face,
Well,
man?
his body has let him down, and it's not his fault.
I thought you meant since starting the show, his face has been repeatedly annoying thing to have to deal with.
That's been a problem. It's been a lot of changes over the years. There was Blue Lewis. There was no non-beard Lewis. Actually, he shaved pre-surgery. I forgot what he looks like without a beard.
He looks like a baby.
Little boy.
He looks. I thought he looked really good this
a
time.
little man boy. I reckon. Don't you reckon?
Oh yeah, I think the beard is he must have the beard.
Yes.
Otherwise, he looks like a baby.
See, I think in those old promo pics with the orange bag, you and him getting shot in like a professional studio, I reckon he looks scuffed as hell.
Right.
Not a good look then. But when he shaved this time, I was like, damn.
He's a bit older now.
I was gonna say he's
Pretty rough because he was definitely digging himself back then.
Yeah. Well, listen, mate.
Does that mean at the time you looked at that man and went scuffed?
No comment.
Okay. You're a person who definitely goes well with a beard.
I need the beard. I look like absolute. Then again, the last time I shaved though was when I was horrifically fat. So, but I'm not going to try. I'm not even going to roll the dice.
Have you ever done the beard or can you not grow the beard?
I can't grow the beard.
Right. My one goes grey and orange now, so I shave it on the reg, but I keep a stubble.
I was going to say the stubble looks really good,
but
the shadow
is getting grey.
Is it sharp? A little bit sharp.
Yeah.
This mustache has taken 6 months, and it's still quite pathetic.
Damn. You've got orange chin hairs too.
That's what
I get
said.
that as well.
I get ginger.
Yeah, I
It's
got ginger, on the chin
and
too.
grey.
This episode,
Sorry,
weird.
glowing blonde.
charts.
Huh?
This episode's off the charts. It's like we're here, we're there, we're talking about orange hair on your face. We're talking about Lewis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, ways we've let the show down.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
This episode.
Not staying focused.
Yeah, never staying focused.
My biggest one over the few years, definitely.
Off the rails, not off the charts. Sorry.
Yeah, because when you said this show's off the charts, and I was like, you are misreading this episode.
I was like, do you mean it's really good?
It's going okay.
Yeah.
It's going.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going.
We're recording.
Yeah,
For sure.
For sure.
And no one can deny that. Good luck denying that in the comments. Oh, they didn't hit record. Hopefully we did.
I've done that a few times.
If there was a chart of average episodes, we would be on the charts, not off the charts. If that was the
What
chart.
was that thing that happened at the start of the year when we recorded for an hour and then somebody realized they hadn't hit record?
That happens all the time.
That was an episode of the show, mate.
I remember when, and then we had to re-record the.
It was the first episode
This
of the
kind
year.
of stuff happens to me all the time where people say really negative things that I've done creatively, and I can't even pinpoint which one they're talking about. This happens at a couple of my shows.
At a couple of my shows.
So this girl messaged me saying, I still remember, I'm still thinking about the fact that you forgot to bring the microphone out onto stage. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I have no idea which show you're referring to because I've done this about 4 times throughout the tour where I've walked on stage. I hate the venues where they have a mic for Blake and a mic for me.
Yeah, the separate
Because I'm
ones.
used to just us using the same mic, usually puts the mic back in the stand, then brings me on and I walk on and kind of just without a mic. Some insist I walk on with a microphone. I'm not used to it.
Do you know what that is though? That's the sound guy taking his job a little bit more serious than he has to because
Yeah,
it's
well-
easier for him to just use the same one.
I'm just used to doing pubs and stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
where it's- yeah.
we get to these theaters, they got like multiple wireless ones, and they have them like all labeled out, like, and they have your names under them, like on pieces of paper backstage. It's really hectic.
Names and paper, too much going on.
That's heaps. Yeah, so I fuck it up every time. But yeah, people always go like, "Oh, that was so funny," and I'm like, I don't know which one you're referring to because I've done like 4 out of the last 10 shows. So it's like, I couldn't tell you. But ways I've let down the team. Biggest one would have had to have been when I chose to go to the footy over doing the episode last year. And I only confessed 2 months after the incident.
That's all right. I forgive you for that one.
Thank you. I'm not sure if Lewis ever did.
I think we did a good episode that day. Without you, so that was all right.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty forgivable crime, isn't it?
As I explained, the actual reason why at the time I definitely was like a bit like, I just ditched you boys. I was put in a really awkward situation where we were staying in Sydney for a week at Meg's family friend's house for free. And this guy loves AFL because he just loves AFL. No one follows it there. No. And Melbourne were playing in Sydney that weekend.
And you're a D's man.
And I'm a D's man. And he's like, man, I'd never have anyone to go to the footy with. I would love to go to the footy with you. Obviously, like, you stay here, but my one condition, as a joke, he was like, my one Demons Football Club
Okay, good.
in your mouth.
Got him.
Do you know what makes me so mad? That 11 seconds is going to be whatever in the comments is like, oh, fucking hell, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. They're going to be like, Keelan brings so much to the pod. And it's true, but like that's what they're going to use to back that point up when when he did D's.
They'll be like, God, this guy is killing it today.
yeah.
Because he said D's what?
And then he repeated, he didn't let it go.
Then he said it a little bit louder.
Dude, you've almost ruined my brain. I met so after my show, I go to everyone, hey, what's your name? And a girl said Candace, and my brain was like, don't say it. And dude, I only didn't say it because I thought she could have been underage. So I didn't say anything.
One time when I lived when I was doing my exchange in America.
Also, flat out just wouldn't say that to a stranger. I wouldn't be like, hey, what's your name? Candace. Hey, Candice.
Yeah,
I would not say that to a female.
Not straight away.
No.
When I was younger, my older brother used to call me Galen. My name's Keelan and Galen.
That's a pretty good one.
Calling me gay.
Witty.
Yeah.
2000s comedy.
Yeah.
And then when I was in America, I used to do this thing because I lived pretty far away from the school. I'd always try and hitch a ride with someone rather than take the school bus. And so I'd go to where all the cars drove out because you get your license at 16 there. And I just kind of like stop cars and be like, can you drive me home?
What?
You're confident. And
are you serious?
How are you alive?
Every day it worked. It worked every single
What?
time.
From just strangers?
Yeah.
You would walk out in front of their car.
Yeah, so it would be like where the traffic is leaving the school, so it was slow. And I'd say, stop, can you drive me home? And then be like, all right. And I'd say, let's go get food. And then we get food, I get to know this person, and then they'd drive me back. I was like 20, 30 minutes away from the school.
What? And they would just drive you the whole way home?
Yeah.
Mate, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I know. And so one day I hop in the car and I go, hey, what's your name? And he goes, Galen. And then I had to stop myself from laughing at his face.
His name was actually Galen.
Galen, yeah.
That's a real name?
That's a real name.
Oh, what the hell?
I think it's like a medieval name. Isn't there like... Who am I thinking of? Isn't
Lord
there someone
Galen.
from Merlin? A character from the show Merlin, like but in that universe, in the King Arthur story called Galen?
I haven't had my Merlin lore.
Yeah.
I haven't had it, pressed up in a minute.
For some reason, it feels like a medieval name to me.
Probably.
Like-
Lord Galen
Yes. Lord
Yeah,
Galen.
Lord Galen.
of the Eldrick Isles.
Yes.
Yeah, Lord Luke doesn't quite have the same smash to it, does it?
Mine's a Bible name for sure.
Oh, yeah. My favorite Bible verse is actually Luke 16:9.
Yes.
Thou shalt not.
Thou shalt suck thy back and thy front. Well, you said 69, yeah? Or did I misinterpret that gag?
You did, but that was much funnier than anything I could have thought of, so well done. Ways we've let the team down. Oh, we're still talking about that.
Because I literally just recorded myself twiddling my thumbs.
When we did the regional tour,
No lull horn anymore, so...
Bundaberg, and I just, because it was a very dark venue, I just left the charger for the camera in the venue.
Fuck, and how long did it take to realise that you'd done so?
The next show, a few days later in a different town.
Oh, then we had to go on this massive hunt for this really niche chord.
Really extremely niche chord, and we couldn't find one, so we just used a DSLR for the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
That was not.
That was a team letting down moment.
That was.
That was.
Yeah.
That sucks. Do you know what? The one thing that I'm most upset about the show ending now is that...
Luke hit me that day.
Firstly, I was not going to say that.
With the tip of my cock.
Oh, fair enough. We call that
it was all good.
the turkey slap, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
The 2006.
That did happen on TV. For those...
Actually?
Yes.
No,
For
what?
international viewers, a turkey slap happened on Australian TV in the mid-2000s.
And not often is there a consensual turkey slap, so I'm guessing that wasn't a consensual...
It was a consensual turkey slap.
So the person I
She
said
was
she...
like, yeah, that's lit.
Really? She asked for it?
She didn't. Okay, she didn't ask for it, but the two guys came in the
In
middle
the
of the night.
throes of passion on national TV, sometimes things just happen.
Okay, I guess it's
No time to ask whether to slap or not to slap, I
Two
suppose.
guys, one of them held her down, the other one whipped his cock out and slapped her, and then she was like,
This was broadcast?
no, it was, they were evicted in the middle of the night, and then they kind of played a censored version the next day. And then John Howard talked about it on TV.
What did he say about
John
it?
Howard was the prime minister.
Was he just like, God,
He talked about Big Brother the way George Bush talked about The Simpsons in the 90s. He said it was like the worst thing TV's ever seen.
Right.
Which I actually think that might be the only thing myself and John Howard agree on.
What?
The no gun thing was good under his administration.
Oh, yeah, okay, that was a good call.
How many people from the US of A have we just flicked a switch in their brain?
There's going to be a lot of comments now.
If you don't like it, don't come here.
Guns are bad.
Speaking of things we do,
Come to America.
speaking of things we do like, I like knobby underwear.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And they'll love that segue. Nobby underwear is the best underwear in the game. People have been showing me their knobbies at shows, not their knobs, their knobby underwear. Although every time a fan does come up to me and start pulling down their pants, God, am I confused every time until I see that knobby logo and I go, oh no, this is not a flashing. You're just a member of the Undie Club. And for $20 a week, you can also be a member.
$20 a
month.
Let's go.
That would be too expensive, $20 a week. And also, you don't need new underwear every week.
No.
Well, no, you don't.
No.
Depends how reckless you are with your underwear.
Yes.
But I prefer them monthly, $20 a month. And if you want to save $5 off your first pair, use our code SOUNDOFF.
For $5 off your first order. I'm actually, when I'm in the States, I'm packing I'll just pack this.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take a little backpack like that. And every week I'm just going to buy a new couple pairs of shirts, new pairs of undies. And then the rest I'm just going to chuck out.
You're not even gonna wash them.
Oh, because you're not going to take enough luggage with you.
No, I'm just going to kind of buy as I go.
Damn, that's really bad for the environment, but very good for your luggage.
Yeah,
so
very
well done.
cheap for my bloody pocket.
But you know what isn't bad for the environment? Nobby's sustainable packaging.
Wow.
'Cause to make up for Keelan, people like that.
Yeah.
They do eco packaging.
Let's
all
go.
recyclable.
Tell me more about it.
Well, it's great. $20 a month. That's all I have to say. Nobby.com.au. Support the brands that support the show. And they're sticking with us to the end. Even more reason to support them.
Kings
And just
queens.
because we're going, it doesn't mean you to have to leave the Undie Club. The Undie Club will outlive this pod.
Yeah, you
I
can
can
take the
guarantee
pod out of
that.
the Undie Club, but you can't take the Undie Club out of the audience of the pod, as I always say.
People saying it.
Yep.
Now, I have a question for you guys.
Are your nuts smooth?
What's the difference?
Or are they not?
Spot the difference in my arms.
You've shaved one
Yep.
Have you? Why?
and you haven't shaved the other.
Yes, that's right.
Speed?
I always shave my arms.
You're lopsided.
But this time I didn't have my Manscaped razor. It turned out terrible. But with my Manscaped shaver, it comes out pristine every single
No
time.
way, really?
The Lawnmower 4.0.
Tell me more, boys, because I haven't got one, but I'd love to get on board.
One of our mates, Stefan,
Yeah?
asked me, thought I could hook him up.
He's a
during
hairy
the week.
boy. Yeah, what happened?
And he thought, because I have a Manscaped deal on a pod, I could sort him out. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I sent him a custom link.
No shot.
And he saved 20% off at free shipping because handouts, no. But you know, discount, that's great.
That's
Shipping is
better than
usually
nothing.
where they get you, but at Manscaped, they don't get you with
Free shipping, 20% off if you use our custom link, manscaped.com.au/soundoff.
What do you get?
Go to there right now. You get the Lawnmower 4.0, best ball groomer in the game. Right?
my God.
Use it on your arms. Use it on your shaft.
Oh, the shaft as well.
Maybe. Big call.
How long's the blade?
Be
Because
careful.
The shaft, my friend's shaft, I know a shaft that's not very long.
Use it on your hole.
Again, use it wherever you feel comfortable.
But
Okay,
don't
good.
use it on your hole and then your face.
Why not?
It's a bad order.
Germs.
Good call.
Poo.
Nobby.
No, wrong. Manscaped.com.au/soundoff, and you get a bunch of other stuff with it, like a bunch of other male grooming things. It's great. We have it. We love it. And when I say we, me and Keelan. But yeah, support the brands that support the show. Now, Manscaped. No, we're done. Back to the pod.
Now Manscaped.
I was like, what's next? And I read, no, I don't know where I read that from. It's not even on the whiteboard.
It seems like we've kind of wrapped everything up.
Well, we didn't talk about my tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
Canberra.
It was fun. It was very cold.
Favorite city in the whole country? Canberra?
Favorite
It's your
place
favourite
to go.
Favorite
Love
city.
it
You-
so
for both of
much.
you?
No,
No, I genuinely
No,
love
Keelan,
Canberra.
there was
not
yeah.
even in the slightest. If I didn't have one more show there, I'd be going way harder. But I still got another show there this year, so I love it. I come back.
When is it?
Great. It's at the uni.
Great save.
Great save. Great show. It will be. It's at the uni, ANU.
When is it?
August 10th, something. I don't know.
Next year when you do a Canberra show, can I come?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure, mate.
Cool.
If you want to come all that way. It was -2 the night we were there.
That's crazy.
amazing.
Celsius.
This time last year when we were in lockdown for like a month, I was in Canberra the whole time and I fucking loved it. I reckon it's the best time of my life ever.
I didn't
Really?
like leaving the car.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Like I went every time I got out of the car. It was like I ran into the venue and then we drove home. We ran into the hotel, and we tried to avoid just not leaving indoors.
Okay, so I can hear that I'm just shocked at how much you dislike and how much Keelan likes it. Can we work on
It's clean.
a quick pros and cons list?
yeah,
Very clean.
very clean.
Pros, it's a clean place.
Capital.
Quiet.
Yep. Good
Safe.
strategic military place to put the capital.
Okay, but
the
that doesn't
country?
affect you while you're visiting there, does it?
No, but we're trying to figure out when we were there why they made the capital
Excuse me.
Canberra. I think just because it's in between Melbourne and Sydney.
Safe.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Very safe.
It's a safe space.
Really safe.
That's good.
You're just used to living in Frankston. There are safe places here. I know that is foreign for you, feeling safe.
Keelan's like, I can walk around in a city without wearing my bulletproof vest.
Yes.
So
Actually, one
feels
time-
good.
I can get 8 hours without hearing a siren or a scream.
Phoebe and I
Boom.
we're in the car and this is hilarious. We're in the car in Canberra at Macca's into the drive-through, and randomly we're just sitting there, and randomly the car just starts getting egged.
Your car gets egged?
Yeah.
What do you
And
mean?
then she blamed me.
Why?
I don't know. I got in trouble for it. I was like, I didn't do this. This wasn't my fault. We're
Wait.
just sitting in the car.
What was her reasoning for blaming you for the egging?
I think because we were at McDonald's, and it wouldn't have happened if we didn't go to McDonald's.
That's you going like, we're in a good place. Let's hang out at the shittest spot. A good place, so I feel more at home.
Yeah, that's a good call.
No, the night area is a bit dicey on the weekend. Like I've been out in Canberra a few times. It's fine. Mooseheads. Good
Mooseheads?
establishment.
4-level nightclub.
Oh,
Yeah, it's terrible. I fucking
seems like
hate
a
that
bit
place.
much.
I don't remember
for-
that.
Why do you need 4 levels?
I don't know if that's the right place I'm thinking of. Maybe I
That
forget
is
it.
exactly what you're thinking of.
Yeah, right.
You just wouldn't know. You're not a local.
No.
There's also this jazz
Proud
cafe-
non-local.
a jazz cafe that I used to work at called Tilly's.
Yep.
Damn,
lot of
you
service
used to work there.
Oh, I mean, I used to take my laptop and like edit. There.
Oh, working
A few
there.
Canberrians who listen to the pod. Actually, that's what really bums me out on this tour. A great leg of the tour, by the way. But lovely people coming up to me after the show and telling me how much they've enjoyed the podcast over the last 5 years. Brutal. Just a sea of, which by the way, it's very lovely that people,
Asking where I was. Is that what was upsetting?
yes, they were like, podcast over, all G. Why isn't Keelan here? We thought he loves Canberra. But I don't know. I never know what to say other than thank you so much for listening. It sucks.
Oh, you sad.
I am.
Oh, you're gonna have a cry.
It may be, well, on the last episode, perhaps.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at us just foreshadowing emotion.
Yeah, what could possibly happen on the final episode?
The final episode is actually very funny.
It's great.
I edited it yesterday,
Yeah.
That's good.
which is weird that we're doing this episode after we've recorded the last.
Yeah, I kind of didn't realize we were going to be doing this. And when we filmed the last episode, in my head, I kind of packed up shop and went, oh, well, that was the last time we'll ever film Luke and Lewis. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But then here we are filming Luke. And
we
Luke,
lost an
Tyler, and
episode.
Keelan.
yeah.
We lost an episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
one episode. We had another. Now, back to who let the team down. Who lost that
It was
episode?
Either Tyler, Keelan, or Lewis. One of us.
Let's go.
It wasn't Luke.
And it's only not me because I'm not involved enough.
Let's go. Excellent.
It would if it was Tyler,
Congrats, man. Yeah. Woo!
he wouldn't have been conscious. It would have been a complete accident because he didn't even know he had the responsibility of the episode.
Yeah.
Which I will take.
And that then probably falls back onto management, which then.
But
is
mate,
it-
no. Listen, mate. I'll take the full brunt of it. I was about to say before I was cut off earlier. I was about to say the one thing I'm sad about the show ending so soon is that I haven't really had enough time to let the team down hard enough. So I think
You did leave one episode early to go see Sonic 2.
Yeah, I left the secret pod.
You left an episode to go get a tattoo.
Yeah, you did.
Oh
do that.
yeah, I did do that.
Oh no, actually the episode that we lost, it was because he went and got a tattoo.
We didn't lose it because I got the tattoo.
Yeah, but
It happened when I was getting a tattoo.
correlation, causation.
Can I? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm just gonna cough it. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I didn't. Can I just say the tattoo was pre-booked before the episode? Anyway,
I think there were
I'll let the team do
a lot of factors that led to the loss of this episode, and it was just a bunch of maybe pre-recording 4 episodes in a day might have been the problem.
Bit of a hectic move, not going to lie. But we
you
know
know
for the future, in case there's ever a podcast that me and Keelan are potentially reviewing Blu-rays on, it's good to learn things on a lesser podcast and take them to somewhere new. So
Next podcast, this won't happen.
It will. But what is the one positive, I guess, the silver lining out of this lost episode situation? Some great pointing fingers content, which we love.
Ooh, yeah.
That's been a staple of the show over the years of just outing blame, not taking
it
responsibility.
was everyone's fault but my own.
Absolutely. You know,
yeah, dude.
oh, Gimpy flooded, but also, no, actually that one was out of our hands.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You seem to have a lot of power over the weather, Luke Kidrell, I've noticed.
Yeah, that's true.
You cheeky sly dog.
Mother Earth really fumbled the bag on that one.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely would have lost cash by pulling it off, but the point is,
I guess.
What else we got?
There was a time that I lost the bathroom key at the warehouse, and I wouldn't say I necessarily let the team down, but I did upset Lewis like really bad
Why was he upset?
because it was $700 to replace the key.
What the why was it that much?
That's bullshit.
For the
Because you have to replace the key for everyone because it's a security key. And what happened was it was me and Luke, and we were all the three of us were walking to the bathroom. We had the key, and I was like, "Wouldn't it be silly if I put it in his hood?" Because for some reason we thought at the time that was funny. We put it in his hood. We both forgot about it. He then took his hood off, lost the key.
That's crazy.
No one told me it was in my hood. So
no, but was it still in the
It was
hood?
in Lewis's hood.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We put it in Lewis's hood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was partly responsible for that.
I've actually got a similar. One time I put my dad's keys in
Oh,
his
that's
hood.
not true. You put in the hood. I was just filming it. I was just
fault.
encouraging it.
But we
Yeah.
both forgot about it. The next day,
Yeah.
Lewis rocks up and he's like, "Where's the key?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
You forgot.
And then he was so
And it's
angry.
a very it's a very like on brand Luke and Lewis bit as well to do half a joke and then start the joke and then just completely forget that a bit is going.
Yeah.
And then it all just go to shit and,
then
it
having
costs
bad
$700.
repercussions, yeah.
You have to understand, Tyler, the importance of this key. We ended up getting this massive keychain for it so that no one would lose it.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what
seen
the
the
thing on the
keychain
set
now.
was,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So did you know about this key? And it was very important.
No, I didn't know about this debacle.
It was a whole thing that happened on the show.
It was a storyline for months and months.
Here's one silver lining though. Another one. I'm trying to find positives in all this. One guy came up to me after the show. He goes, "Hey Matt, just started listening to the pod. I don't want to spoil the recent episodes yet, so I've just gone back to the start and I'm going to start listening." And I'll be honest, I didn't have the heart to tell him. I was like, "Well, man, you're gonna love the journey."
He's got
And
like 4 years and then he's going to be like, oh.
he's gonna be like, "Oh, was I that guy?" Well, man, now that you're all caught up, I'm sorry I didn't say anything.
What was his name? Do you remember?
No idea. I think it was in Sydney.
He lives in Sydney. All right. Well, random Sydney man. It's
Yeah.
great to speak to you from the future. Wishing you well. Hope you enjoyed the last 6,000 episodes of the Luke and Lewis show.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah, very rough.
Blake looked at me like, "Are you going to tell him?" And I just was like, "Let it go." You know, sometimes because if he might just lose interest in the pod after maybe 100 episodes, and then he'll never have to have the. Because I worried that if I told him it's ended, he wouldn't even go back to listen to the catalog.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll let him have his fun.
No, I reckon people will.
He'll find out eventually. Like we'll post about it on social media on the last episode and stuff.
You know what would be really frustrating as someone listening for the first time to all the episodes is like the 10 minutes at the start of a lot of them where it's like, I'm going to this place and this place and this place
Yeah.
and this place.
But you don't.
Having
You're
to
not.
skip through
You're not
10
actually
minutes of
going
ads.
to them anymore because you've already been.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's how the past works.
Oh, he's coming to my town 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I reckon that stuff still sells tickets, like in the sense that they're listening a year later and they just look it up and you still are coming to their town. The
Yeah,
next
you're
year.
always there,
Yeah.
right?
Just-
I reckon that people will look back when the show's done. I think people will go back and listen to it frequently, honestly.
do you reckon?
I reckon it'll be like the Seinfeld of podcasts, just in constant syndication.
I can't. I've tried because I'm involved in it. I struggle to listen back to it.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to the episodes as they come out. Like
Yeah.
I do them, I don't listen to them back. That would be a bit weird if I listened to them. I did at the start. Used to listen to the radio shows back especially on radio, more of like an air check of like we're learning techniques and we should have ended that break earlier. But now that there's less structure involved, and also we've gotten a lot busier.
Yeah, I think, but I also think
it would be a massive waste of time for us to spend an hour a week listening to ourselves and go, classic, you're on it, Lukey.
That's true. But you are very confident now on podcasts. I mean, it's not your first rodeo anymore, is it?
It's kind of like a thing. I don't think I probably will watch the last episode back. It does get a bit emotional at the end, and I don't think I can bring myself to watch it.
You don't think you physically could?
No,
Why?
it just makes me like squirm. I go, I can't believe I put that out there.
But it's a beautiful emotionally.
I know.
Not to spoil what's coming, but it's.
I know, but I don't. It's just, isn't that? I just go. I know that's not weird for other people to hear, but I don't want to watch that again.
Really? That's so.
I
weird.
probably will, but I don't know. It's like how even your pod, like I was on that. I don't feel the need to go watch stuff that I do anymore. Again, unless it's like we've shot something and I want to see how it's edited and how it came out.
Yeah.
Because this isn't edited, I don't feel the need to.
But you're also not big into collecting Blu-rays, so it's understandable why you wouldn't watch our podcasts.
And also, I was in the studio audience, so
That's true.
I
Yep.
did see the F.
Fair enough. Good call.
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
But I have an idea for the secret podcast we're about to do.
Yep.
Just as a fun little a gag. What if we do this episode and then I put it on VHS and then I digitize the VHS and upload the digitalization?
That's very good.
Perfect.
Love it.
Sounds like a lot of extra admin that I am glad I'm not involved
Are you
in.
happy to pay for that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Keelan always messages us going like, you guys don't give me enough work. So that's great. Do that. do that for every episode.
Yeah, when 2 months ago when we decided, I was like, hey, you need to make me casual so that I don't have to fill these hours. And they were like, no, you'll be right. And then every week I'm like struggling to find things to fill.
Good times.
And great classic hits.
You could,
Guys, don't support us on Patreon because there's nothing new coming out.
no, well,
Well, there's a secret pod coming out.
I would say support us to the end, but then definitely spend that $5 elsewhere
At
after
the
that.
when we finish up,
Yeah.
all the tiers on Patreon are going to go down to $5, so you can just have.
And by the way, actually, I would say move your support over to Lewis on Patreon.
Yeah.
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 Because he won't be
Lewis
able to tour for a while. Genuinely, actually,
He's got some really good stuff. Jazz is uploading the behind the scenes on his surgery on
very
his Patreon.
funny. It's great.
Yeah, it is excellent.
It's good
content.
Watching.
Does an extra podcast every week called Spearhead Supplement.
I would say that.
Supplement.
Please do that with your cash. If you have the budget and want to take your money elsewhere to support one of us, go support Lewis because he will not be back touring. And I feel like I'm in a fortunate position where I can tour and he cannot, so definitely do that.
But if you're going to do that, do something for us and support him, and then send a message to say that Keelan, Tyler, and Luke sent you.
Oh yeah, definitely give us the credit for sure. I would hate him to think he's gotten that many fans.
Because every morning when
No, because his head's already big. We don't need to like.
Well, it's physically swollen at the moment. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And an ego boost. He'd look like Megamind with Mr. Incredible's chin.
Dude, that sounds pretty.
I was thinking more so like when Rosie logs in at 10 a.m. to Patreon every morning, she can just get flooded with messages that she has to kind of look through and respond to that are just nonsense, saying that we sent them.
Great.
That's good. Please
and
do
even
that.
if you were already going to do it anyway, just give us the cred.
Do you know what would be great if you could
message anyway.
If you,
Luke,
if when you
Keelan, and Tyler sent you. Would be great.
start framing the messages like, "Hey guys, having a problem with my Patreon. My problem is that I've needed you guys to know Keelan, Tyler, and Luke sent you straight away."
Because then they'll open it.
Then they have to read it and they'll know. So please do that. Actually,
Really
Oh my God.
good.
Rosie's going to call me in the middle of the week, go, what did you do? Why am I getting so many messages?
And we'll be like, sorry, we have such a loyal fan base of the Luke, Keelan, and Tyler pod.
damn.
There will be a secret podcast uploaded not long after this one on Patreon.
Yep. And also, I think
Well, actually, if it's gone through the VHS, it's going to be a few days.
just to speak on behalf of Lewis, because I know he's been doing his story, but if you haven't seen that, thank you very much for all the kind messages of support that you have been sending him. We've been obviously talking to him throughout his recovery a bit, and he's going well. As you heard earlier, can't talk, but he genuinely really appreciates everyone reaching out, and he's super stoked to come back.
He's doing well, but it is fucking miserable.
Yeah, that
It
was
is
pretty fucked up. You
miserable.
calling him, hey,
Yeah.
that was way too real, huh?
It was good to hear. It was good to hear from him, but
Sorry, Lewis.
it does fuck.
I
it
think you
sucks.
watch this. You know,
Maybe.
you know what? His mum's staying with him at the moment, and Jazz, and I think they're all sleeping in the same, like that downstairs area where it's like a big lounge room. It would be funny if the three of them just sat down to watch this episode.
Yeah.
If they are, hey guys, how you doing?
Hi,
If
Lewis's
not,
mum. Hi Jazz.
Yeah.
Hi Lewis.
Cool PJs.
Hey, bud.
oh no, man.
But yeah, keep supporting Lewis. He's doing well. Well, you know, as best as he can be, recovering well, I believe. And yeah, great. Thanks for tuning in. And how many more episodes to go?
2 more after this.
2 more after
A
this.
guest episode and the final episode.
And we will update you on if last big show gets organised for later on in the year.
Yep.
However, it is not looking great.
I'm not back from America until almost middle of October.
Oh, okay. Well, it's probably not going to happen.
Maybe next year.
Maybe it's then like a come out of retirement show.
Yeah, well, we
Maybe-
should do like a Christmas special episode.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it at my house and we can just get 25 of the first responders and then come over to mine and you guys can just have a conversation with them on the couch.
Fuck, I hope it doesn't flood.
Yeah, true. Doreen is a swamp.
Yeah.
Fuck, just dox myself. Anyway, have a good one,
My
guys.
grandma's name, Maureen. Goodbye.